I gave a haircut to a man who came in bald, and he left the shop with a full head of hair. I work at a barbershop downtown. Tuesday afternoon, this completely bald guy walks in and asks for a trim. I'm looking at his smooth head thinking he's confused or messing with me. I put the cape on him anyway and ask what exactly he wants trimmed. He says just clean up the top and sides, usual style. I'm standing there with scissors, staring at zero hair. I finally tell him straight up that there's nothing to cut. He smiles and reaches up to his scalp. Then he peels back what I thought was skin. It's a hair system, the medical grade kind that cancer patients wear. Looks completely real, matches his skin perfectly. Underneath is a full head of brown hair, about 2 inches long, slightly damp from being covered. He sets the bald cap on my counter like it's normal. I've been cutting hair for 6 years and never saw one this realistic. He tells me to just cut it regular, so I do. While I'm working, he explains he had cancer last year, wore the system during treatment, still wears it to work sometimes because people are nicer when they think you're sick. The story sounds off, but I'm not about to interrogate a cancer patient. I finish the cut. He snaps the cap back on in 30 seconds, pays, tips, leaves. 3 days later, a woman walks in right before closing. I'm sweeping up. She asks if I cut her husband's hair Tuesday, the guy with the hair system. I say yeah. She asks if he had real hair underneath. I tell her yeah, full head, totally healthy. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. Then she tells me he never had cancer. She found out 5 days ago when she called his oncologist to schedule a surprise follow-up. They said he's not a patient. Never was. She went through everything after that. Found the $5,000 charge for the hair system. Found fake medical documents in his desk. Found emails to his work about having stage 3 lymphoma. They gave him 4 months paid leave. His co-workers donated $7 grand for treatment costs. She sits in my chair, not for a cut, just exhausted. She tells me she couldn't figure out why he'd maintain real hair if he was faking chemo. Then it clicked. He's planning his exit. Once he's milked the sympathy and money, he'll take off the system, claim remission, go back to normal. But he needs his real hair to look decent when he does. Growing it back too fast after supposedly having chemo would raise questions. That's why he came to me. She's building a case. Already called insurance fraud investigators. Already talked to a divorce lawyer. But she needed confirmation from me that he had full healthy hair, because that proves he was never sick. Chemo doesn't spare your hair while you wear a fake bald cap. I tell her everything I saw. She records me on her phone, asks if I'd talk to investigators. I say absolutely. She thanks me and leaves. 2 weeks later, a detective calls, takes my full statement over the phone, asks detailed questions about the hair quality, length, the system itself. A month after that, I see a short article in the local news. Guy from my area arrested for insurance fraud and theft. Defrauded his employer and insurance company of over $50,000. Facing 3 years in prison. I search his name online, find his mugshot. It's him. No hair system in the photo, just his regular brown hair from the cut I gave him. Comments under the article are brutal. Former co-workers talking about how they skipped meals to donate, how they covered his shifts, how his kids wrote him letters in case he died. His wife divorced him, kept the house, got full custody. His job fired him and demanded every dollar back. The detective called me one more time to say I'd probably have to testify if it went to trial. It didn't. Guy pleaded guilty to avoid worse charges, but I had to give a deposition anyway. Sat in a room with lawyers and explained exactly what I saw, how healthy his hair was, how the system worked, how he'd clearly been maintaining his real hair throughout the fake cancer story.